capital and revenue expenditure and capital and revenue receipts. We already did with the concept study. Now we start with the multiple choice questions. The first question, outstanding wages is classified as. Here the options are revenue expenditure, capital expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure, none of the above. See, the point here is wages, if remained unpaid, you term it as outstanding wages. So in a way the question requires us to explain about what the wages is. That is it a capital expenditure or a deferred revenue expenditure or revenue expenditure? It is revenue expenditure. Why it is revenue expenditure? Because once the wages you are paying, you are getting the service of the labor and the benefit gets completed within 1 year. It's not that the benefit of their work is going to spread longer period is a point. Immediately the product gets converted or the goods gets a sold kind of thing. So in that situation, that is wages will be a revenue expenditure. And how you look at revenue expenditure? Revenue expenditure is one whose benefit is confined to one financial year or for a limited period of time, that you term it as a revenue expenditure. So for the question number 1, option is A is a right option. Now I'll move to the second question. Immediately after the purchase of new truck, rupees 500 is paid to the name of the company and other advertising material printed on the truck. This rupees 500 is a. First of all, let us understand the transaction. You are purchasing a truck and you are paying 500 rupees. And that 500 rupees that you paid is for what? Advertising material printed on the truck. This 500 rupees is what? So a truck is there and your company's advertisement material is there, and that advertisement material you are putting or sticking to that particular truck. So this advertisement material, only to the extent of 500 rupees is a smaller amount and the benefit is confined to a lesser period. On that pretext we call it as a revenue expenditure. When advertisement expenditure will be termed as a deferred revenue expenditure, when a huge amount of advertisement expenditure is incurred and the benefit is expected to spread over several years, then you term such advertisement expenses as a deferred revenue expenditure. Other way around, a small advertisement amount that you are spending, that and all is to be termed as a revenue expenditure only. There should not be any confusion. Like earlier when we explained a particular concept of capital expenditure, what we explained, friends, that is capital expenditure is any amount of expenditure which you incurred to bring the asset into existence or to have a right, and the benefit of which is going to spread over the several year, and any expenditure incidental to the acquisition of an asset is going to be treated as a capital expenditure. But this advertisement thing which you have, material which is printed on the what you call this particular truck, that is not going to enhance the value of the truck. So I am not going to capitalize that amount which I am spending to make the material of the advertisement to be printed on the truck. So advertisement expenditure, when it is a smaller in amount, it is to be necessarily be treated as a revenue expenditure only. I think all of you got what is the question. Question is, a new truck is purchased. Generally you will also be looking at few companies will do what? On their vehicles they will write about their company and their products. If you see a school bus, and the school bus, what they will do? They will write about the school and the achievements of the school. So they will print that particular advertisement material on their vehicle. So this expenditure will be what? This expenditure is a revenue expenditure. It is not going to enhance the value of the asset, so it is to be treated as a revenue expenditure only. Now I move to the third question. Which of the following is not a capital expenditure? That means all the other three are the capital expenditure and only one thing is not to be treated as a capital expenditure. What it is? Cost of issuing the shares and debentures. That is, company want to raise the money in the form of shares and debentures. At that time it will have to incur some expenditure like printing the prospectus, all that type of expenditure it need to incur. That cost of issuing the shares and debentures, that definitely is a capital expenditure, because shares and debentures, through that what you are raising the money is a capital receipt, and towards that what the expenditure you incurred is a capital expenditure. Then friends, wages paid for construction of a building, definitely this expenditure is bringing the asset into existence, so it is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Just because wages is there, don't get into the feeling that it should be treated as a revenue expenditure. That wages is spent for what? If that wages is spent for purchasing the goods or producing the goods, then such kind of the wages are to be treated as a revenue expenditure, whereas any wages which you incurred to bring an asset into existence, that and all is to be treated as a capital expenditure only, is a point. And then repairs on second hand machinery newly purchased. That is, you are going to do what? You are going to purchase a second hand machinery, and repairs are being incurred for that second hand machinery. Then is it a revenue expenditure or is it a capital expenditure? For that the answer is, if these repairs are going to enhance the utility of that second hand machinery, then it is called as a capital repair and it is to be treated as a capital expenditure, and otherwise it is not a capital expenditure. But here what we have to do when a kind of situation like this comes, when we are doing the multiple choice questions, better we complete the other options also, then which is a better option that we can think of. Purchase of a new spark plug at the cost of rupees 850 for 2 years old car. See, this is a definitely not a capital expenditure. There is no confusion. That is, once you got the assets, sometimes what you need to do, you need to replace few parts of that particular asset. By a mere replacement of few parts of that particular asset, you are not going to enhance the capacity of that particular asset. So putting the replacements and putting the spares, that expenditure is to be treated as a revenue expenditure, because that such kind of replacement of the spare parts is not going to enhance the utility of that particular asset. On that pretext, this is a definitely not a capital expenditure. Whereas C and D, we have a small this thing like a fix, like whether C can also be an answer. For that, only thing that I can tell you, friends, repairs, you have two types of repairs: capital repairs, revenue repairs. Once the problem is, once the question is not clear on what kind of the repairs and where you have a definite answer of D, then C, the repairs are presumed to be the capital repairs, and they are going to enhance the utility of that second hand machinery. On that pretext, we are saying that it is a capital expenditure. Out of the four things which is not a capital expenditure is definitely D is my right answer. Write down a small explanation for the question number 3, that is, when the entity incurs expenditure for replacement of the spare parts, such expenditure is not going to, please write down, such expenditure is not going to enhance the utility of the assets, thus replacement of the parts of the assets need to be treated as a revenue expenditure. Friends, now I move to the fourth question. Which of the following is a capital expenditure? That means remaining 3 are the revenue expenses. Purchased a pencil sharpener at the cost of rupees 2. You purchased a pencil sharpener at the cost of rupees 2. Is it a capital expenditure or a revenue expenditure? See, point of interest here, friends. Yes, even the pencil sharpener is also an asset, but our materiality concept says what? All such expenses whose value is not material, they need to be charged off in the same year in which it is acquired. Although the utility of that pencil sharpener may be there for 2 years or 4 years or 5 years depending upon the user, but since the amount of expenditure is very small, concept of materiality we are going by, and we say that such kind of expenditure which is incurred to acquire a asset whose value is so immaterial is to be treated as a revenue expenditure and should be written off, and it should not be capitalized. Then installing an escalator at a cost of 5,600 in a 3-story building which had previously been used without escalators. There is a building and the lift is not there. Now you are going to have a lift, and the expenditure of installing a lift in that 3-story building is definitely an asset, and its value is more than 5,000 rupees. Definitely it requires to be capitalized, and this will have a long utility, that is the benefit is going to spread over several years. So on that pretext, installing an escalator at a cost of 5,600, we are treating it as a capital expenditure. Then painted delivery truck at a cost of rupees 450 after 2 years of the use. You got an truck and you are making a painting. See, Friends, this expenditure of making the painting to that particular asset is not going to enhance the utility of the asset, but it only helps you to retain the existing utility of the asset. Even if you don't paint also, the asset will go, but in order to maintain the present utility of it, you are making the painting. So painting to the truck is not going to have any increased earning capacity. That made us to say that it is a revenue expenditure. And rupees 200 spent for minor alteration in the building. That minor alteration in the building is not a capital repair, it is a revenue repair. So revenue repairs are to be treated as a revenue expenditure only. So on that pretext, ACD happens to be the revenue expenditure, and the question requires us to tell about what is a capital expenditure. Definitely incurring expenditure to have the lift, that is the escalator for 3-storied building, is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Then friends, I move to the fifth question. Expenditure incurred by a publisher for acquiring the copyrights. See, a particular publisher is there and there will be a writer for a particular book. Writer or the author writes the book, and since he is not having a capacity or interest to make the publication of that particular book, he will give the copyrights of that particular book to the publisher, and who in turn will pay the royalty to the whom? To the writer. So from the publisher's point of view, from the payer's point of view, what is it? Is it a capital expenditure or revenue expenditure? Friends, try to understand here, you are not acquiring an asset. You are only publishing the books, and only on making the sale of those books, you are going to pay the royalty. So, whatever the expenditure that you are incurring for making the payment of royalty, definitely that is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. So, point of interest here, how you are saying it is a revenue expenditure, is not a capital expenditure for the simple reason that you are not acquiring any assets. Yes, copyrights is an asset, intangible asset, from whose point of view it is an intangible asset. From the what you call your author's point of view, it is a right which he has got, which he has let it to somebody, so that somebody who takes it, for him it is a what? It is a revenue expenditure. So what is the reason for saying that it is a revenue expenditure? Because only when the books gets sold, the royalty is going to get paid, and on that pretext it will be a revenue expenditure. If these rights are acquired for several years and a lump sum amount is paid at the beginning to acquire the copyrights, definitely it would have been a capital expenditure. But this expenditure is not what you call incurred for acquiring that particular copyrights for ever or for a longer period and all, like that it is not stated in the problem. So simply it is stated that expenditure is incurred by the publisher for acquiring the copyrights. So there, on what ground you can say it as a revenue expenditure? If it happened to be acquisition for a limited period, and if that amount he is going to pay on sale of the assets, then it is to be treated as a sale of that particular products. The royalty expenditure is paid, then it is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. And if you read it in a other way, that is for purely and completely acquiring that particular copyright for himself, a lump sum amount is paid. If that is the way we read the question, then the answer will be the capital expenditure. But here in our saying that it is a revenue expenditure, our assumption and presumption here is what? This expenditure is a regular expenditure, just like a rental expense. See, I got a building. Monica want to take it on a lease for 10 years. She paid a lump sum amount, and that lump sum amount you have to take it as a capital expenditure and should write off the same during the period of the lease. Whereas she has taken it on a rental basis, and every month she is paying the rent. This rent and all becomes what? Revenue expenditure. So since the question is not so clear about it, we are only going to say it as a revenue expenditure for the simple reason our own understanding about this expenditure incurred for acquiring the capital copyrights. Don't read simply acquiring. Since acquiring is there, I will put it as a capital expenditure is not the point. This expenditure you are incurring, although it is on account of taking the copyrights and making publishing of the books. Generally, in case of the publishers, how it will be, they will take the copyrights, but they are not going to pay any lump sum amount to the author. How their agreements will be is that these many books we are going to publish, and for each book that is going to get sold, this much percentage of the sale price we are going to pay it to you. Like that will be generally the case in case of the publishing of the books and all. So on that pretext we are saying it as a revenue expenditure. Then furniture, sixth question. Furniture of the book value 1500 was sold for rupees 600, and a new fixture of rupees 1000 was purchased, and cartage of rupees 25 is paid. What is the amount of capital expenditure? Friends, you got a furniture of the book value 1500 which you sold it for 600, so you got a loss of 900 rupees. Of course, that is a capital loss. Then new furniture of 1000, new fixture of 1000 rupees was purchased, and cartage of 25 rupees is paid. You purchased an asset, and for what price you purchased? 1000 rupees, and additionally 25 rupees you have spent. And what we said, any expenditure to bring the asset to the present location also should be capitalized. So on that pretext, that 1000 rupees plus 25 rupees totally put together is how much? 1025. That is to be treated as a capital expenditure. And what is this 900? 900 is a capital loss. If the question says that what is the capital loss, then the capital loss is 1500 rupees worth of the asset got sold for 900 rupees. So on that pretext we will say that 900 is a capital loss. But the question requires what is the amount of capital expenditure, then definitely the answer is 1025. That is both 1000 rupees plus 25 rupees also, because that particular cottage expenditure is incurred to bring the asset to the present location, or to make the asset to be in its present position. Then friends, for the question number 6, the right answer is D is the right answer. Seventh question, let me read out the seventh question. A company has spent 2000 on painting the factory building. It should be treated as what? See, friends, again and again let me tell you about this. That is, merely putting the painting on either the building or the machinery is not going to enhance the value of the asset. It is only going to help you to retain the existing utility. So on that pretext it will always be treated as a revenue expenditure only. So for question number 7, A is a right answer. Then now I move to the 8th question. What is the 8th question? Which of the following is a revenue expenditure? That is, annual whitewash to the factory building. Yes, already we studied the point that whitewash or the painting to the building is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. But let me also read out the other options so that why they are not revenue expenditure we can discuss. Expenses incurred to reduce the working capital requirement. See, you are incurring some expenditure to reduce the working capital requirement. What is it? Earlier your company is a labor intensive company. Labor intensive company means production goes by employing manually the labor. So you require huge working capital because every week or a month you have to pay the what? Wages and all. Whereas you reduced your labor force by 50% and you brought a very big machinery and mechanization has happened which has reduced the working capital requirement. So any expenditure of that sort is to be treated as a capital expenditure only. So any expenditure incurred which resulted in reducing the working capital requirement is to be treated as a capital expenditure, friends. And legal expenses paid to acquire a property. So if you acquired a property and you are incurring the legal expenses, those expenses are incurred for making the betterment in the title to that particular property and it is going to enhance the value. So on that pretext it is to be treated as a capital expenditure only. And freight paid on purchase of the plant and machinery, already we discussed. Any expenditure, not only merely the expenditure in purchasing the plant and machinery, but also expenditure incurred on freight, that is on lorry, that machine has to come and need to be installed in the factory building. So that freight expense also is to be treated as a what? Capital expenditure only. So the question requires what is the revenue expenditure, then annual whitewash, painting to the building is not going to enhance the utility of the asset. On that pretext it is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. Then friends, I move to the 9th question. Loss of cash by theft committed by the cashier after the business hours is a loss of. See, after the business hours, cash, who has taken away the cash? Cashier has taken away the cash. So what is this? Is it a revenue loss, or is it a capital loss, or is it a deferred revenue loss, or none of the above? Definitely if some robbery or if some theft or embezzlement happens, in all these situations that and all is to be treated as a capital loss. It is going to reduce our capital and there is a what? Loss of an asset. Cash is an asset, so loss of an asset is to be treated as a capital loss. So the right answer is B is the right answer. 10th question, loss caused by theft of the cash by the cashier during the business hours is a loss of. Acha, during the business hours you are treating it as a revenue loss, and after the business hours you are treating it as a capital loss. On what pretext? That is, the chances of recovery here could be there of recovering the same from the cashier, because it might be adjusted against your what you call salary which you need to pay to that particular cashier. Other way around, if it is not going to be recovered forever, then any loss is to be of an asset is to be treated as a capital loss. And here loss caused by the theft of the cash by the cashier during the business hours, you are treating it as a what? During the business hours is being treated as a revenue loss, and after the business hours it is treated as a capital loss. On the pretext that it is irrecoverable, here we are thinking that it is a recoverable kind of situation and it is to be treated as a revenue in nature. Then friends, 11th question. So municipal taxes, see, point here is during the business hours, if some cash or some assets are being lost because of the embezzlement, that is chori by the employees, you are treating it as a revenue loss. Now 11th question, let me put it. municipal taxes of rupees 3,500 are paid in connection with the property which was purchased for rupees 1,50,000. Payment of municipal taxes is not going to enhance the utility of the asset. So any expenditure which is incurred not to bring an asset into existence but only to carry on that particular asset, then such kind of expenditure you need to treat it as a revenue expenditure, whether it is paid at the time of acquiring or at the time of after the acquisition of the asset. So this municipal, merely because the municipal taxes are paid in connection with the acquisition of the property, is the municipal taxes are going to become capital expenditure? The answer is no, because the municipal taxes is not going to bring the asset into existence. Unlike your freight which you have paid at the time when you purchase the asset to bring the asset to the present location, that is required to be incurred, and also that is to be treated as a capital expenditure for the simple reason, without incurring such expenditure the asset is not going to come to its present location or the existence. That made us to say that freight expenses which you paid in connection with the acquisition of an asset is a capital expenditure, whereas municipal taxes are not going to be treated as a capital expenditure, they are to be treated as a revenue expenditure, whether they are paid in connection with the acquisition of the building or after the acquiring the building. If you are incurring the municipal taxes, that is to be well treated as a revenue expenditure only. Now 12th question, visit of sales manager abroad, total cost is 60 lakhs for promoting export sales. Visit was quite successful. What is the kind of expenditure this is? So first feel what it is. Whether it is a capital expenditure, no, it's not going to be a capital expenditure for the simple reason it is not going to bring an asset into existence or right into existence, or it is not going to enhance the what you call utility of any asset, whatever it is. Now the point here is it a revenue expenditure or deferred revenue expenditure? If the benefit is spread over several years, it is a deferred revenue expenditure, but here the result is immediate and the success came immediate and the benefit is going to be confined to 1 year. On that pretext, visit of a sales manager abroad and for promoting or the export sales, since the visit is quite successful, we are treating it as a revenue expenditure only, on the assumption and presumption the benefit is a short duration benefit and not the long duration benefit. On any count it cannot be treated as a capital expenditure. Then, so A is the right answer for question number 12. Now I move to the question number 13, that is traveling expenses for a trip abroad for purchase of plant and machinery. You are going abroad and you are incurring the expenditure, and the purpose of the tour is what? To purchase an asset from the abroad. So this and all is to be treated as a capital expenditure, because here this expenditure is incurred in connection with acquisition of an asset. So it is to be treated as a what? It is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Then friends, I move to the 14th question. Share premium is a capital receipt. What is the share premium, friends? 10 rupees worth of the face value of the share being issued for a price of 12 rupees. Then the difference between the issue price of 12 rupees and the face value of that particular share 10 rupees, that difference you treat it as a share premium or the security a premium. Share premium or the security premium is to be treated as what? Capital receipt is a point. So any receipt on the front of capital raising is to be treated as a capital receipt. Any expenditure incurred on the front of what you call raising the capital is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Like issue expenses of shares and debentures is to be treated as a capital expenditure, is what we have discussed earlier, friends. And then I move to the 15th question, friends. cartage paid on purchase of a new machine is debited to. That is carriage, cartage, that is the expenditure which you are incurring to bring the asset from the location where you purchase to the location of the plant. That expenditure you call it as a carriage and cartage, and that carriage and cartage which you are incurring not to bring the goods but to bring an asset to the factory is to be capitalized. So which account is to be debited? Asset account is to be debited. So in this context, that is a machine account. So if you are incurring an expenditure on cartage to bring the asset to the factory, it is to be treated as a capital expenditure needed to be debited to the machine account is a point. So what is the right answer? C is the right answer. Then friends, 16th question. पहले ट्रांजैक्शन को फील करो. क्या है? डिमोलिशन ऑफ ए ओल्ड बिल्डिंग. One building is there, you are demolishing that building. Are you feeling the transaction? Yes. Book value of rupees 50,000 and construction of a new building at its site costing rupees 9,50,000. See, you demolished a particular building and you are constructing a new building at that particular site. What it is? All this expenditure is to be treated as a capital expenditure only, because unless you remove the old building, you cannot have the new building. So in order to bring the new building into existence, you are demolishing the old building. So demolition expenses of the old building plus construction cost of the new building put together, you have to capitalize as an expenditure for bringing the new building into existence. So the entire amount is to be capitalized and it is to be treated as a capital expenditure. And then friends, I move to the question number 17. Uniforms are supplied to the employees once in a block of 4 years and the cost of the uniform is 5,000. Is it a revenue expenditure or capital expenditure or deferred revenue expenditure? None of the above. Friends, since the benefit is going to come for 4 years and here it is that uniforms definitely are going to be there and are given to the employees. So this is and all, you are treating it as a capital expenditure. Why it is being treated as a capital expenditure? Why it is not to be treated as a revenue expenditure? Because the benefit of this expense is going to come for more than 1 year. And why it is not a deferred revenue expenditure? Here tangible thing. What is the tangible thing here? Uniforms are the tangible things and are the assets, and those are being given to the employees, and no employee will wear the uniform and go to the marriage function. That is the point. It is only for this company that uniform becomes the property of this company only. So he will come in the casuals to the plant and change his dress and put the uniform and do the work, and will go out and come out of the factory and take away the uniform and put a casual dress of him and go to the house. So now यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा? वो जो uniforms है, assumptions and presumptions are what? Those uniforms are going to be there in the factory, and only when the employees come, they will put their own uniform. Of course, these are being given to the employees because today one is wearing a shirt and a pant, the same next day cannot be used by others. It is to be used by the same person. So, and on that pretext, what we are saying, it is being given to the employees, but the benefit of that uniform is spread over the 4 years. So on that pretext, what we say, it is a capital expenditure. It's not a deferred revenue expenditure. Yes, Monica has got her own doubts about this particular aspect, but Monica, you please visit the what? A factory, then you will be knowing all these things. Right? Anyhow, feeling the transaction is most important thing, and I tried to see that you felt the transaction by visualizing a factory situation where till the factory gate people will come in their own dress and after that they will go to the dressing room and change their dress and put the uniform and then go into the factory to do the work. The same thing happens at the day end. So uniform expenditure, which uniform is going to have a lifespan of say 4 years, is to be treated as what? Is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Yes, Divya, you are looking at that bird, and birds are also listening to Chakravarti's class. In Telugu there is a saying that if it is Sangeetam, that is music. In Sanskrit what is stated? Shishurveti Pashurveti. Right? Veti Gana Rasampani. See, if it is sounding like music, even the birds feel like listening it. Got the point? So it is appearing like a music, so birds are visiting our classroom to listen morning music, enjoy the music and concentrate on the multiple choice questions. Now I move to question number 18. So now 18th question, which of the following is not a capital expenditure? So that means the remaining things are what? Capital expenditure. Only one of it is a revenue expenditure. Rupees 10,000 paid for removal of the old waste and scrap. See, ये भी आप फैक्ट्री को जाना गए, अच्छा, तो वहां पे देखो बहुत सारी, that is after the production what will happen, so much of the waste will get generated. One has to what you call remove that particular waste from that particular place, then only the next day again the production process starts. So here what is it? For removal of that old waste you are incurring some expenditure, so it is to be treated as what? Revenue expenditure. It is not to be treated as a capital expenditure, because it's not going to bring any asset into existence, nor it is going to give any benefit of enduring nature or long range. Every time whenever you are looking at any expenditure or as a capital expenditure, the test that you have to put is what? Is it going to bring an asset into existence? Or else is it going to enhance the asset utility? These questions you have to put for yourself. So these two are not going to get satisfied, so on that pretext that you are treating it as a revenue expenditure. But let us also look at the other three things so that we get more clarity. Rupees 15,000 is spent on construction of a temporary structure for storing the building material. Yes, whether what you are constructing is a temporary or permanent, it is bringing an asset into existence, so that is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Similarly, you purchased a new equipment and you are paying the excise duty. Any duties you are paying for acquiring an asset is also to be treated as a capital expenditure. And 10,000 spent on overhauling of the second hand car purchased, with that overhauling the second hand car utility is going to get enhanced. On that pretext we are treating it as a capital expenditure. So A is the right answer. Rupees 10,000 paid for removal of the old waste and scrap is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. Right, but unlike the previous question where existing building को निकाल के नया building लगाए, that and all is to be treated as a capital expenditure, because that expenditure is incurred in connection with bringing a new asset into existence, whereas here since this expenditure is incurred for removal of the waste and scrap, for what you call helping the employees to produce the new goods, making the production and all, so this 10,000 rupees you are supposed to treat it as a revenue expenditure and not as a capital expenditure. Now I move to the 19th question, friends. Which of the following receipt is of a revenue nature? That means all other are what? Capital in their nature. Now, amount realized. What is it? Amount realized from sale of investment. इन्वेस्टमेंट एक एसेट है, उसको बेचने से क्या होगा? जो आपको मिलेगा उसको कैपिटल रिसीट मान लो. By sale of assets, if you are getting something, it is to be treated as a capital receipt. Dividend received on investment, it is to be treated as a revenue receipt. It is to be treated as a revenue receipt. For having the investment, what that investment is generating, that and all you should treat it as a revenue receipt is a point. Amount borrowed from the bank, that is whether you are raising the shares, money through shares or by debentures or by loans, all that is to be treated as a capital receipt. Similarly, compensation received from the municipal corporation on acquisition of the land for construction of the road, that is for road expansion, government will compulsorily acquire your land or buildings, then all such amount received is to be treated as a capital expenditure only is a point, friends. So what is the right answer for question number 19? B is the right answer. Dividend received on investment is to be treated as a revenue receipt. Question number 21, friends. Replacement of a vital part costing 30,000 for the one damaged in transit of the new purchased machine. एक नया एसेट को खरीद लिए आप, and while in transit one of the important parts got damaged and you are replacing that part which got damaged with a new part. But friends, please remember, this expenditure is not going to enhance the utility of the asset. So it is only going to help you to retain the existing utility. On that pretext, it is to be treated as a what? It is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. But first, for that you have to feel the transaction. Let us suppose Monica purchased a what? A glass dining table for 16,000 rupees, 21,000. Yes, I told her, Amma, maintaining the glass dining table is very difficult. Even a small scratch on it, you will not be able to bear with it. Have a good wood dining table. No, sir, I feel great to have the what? This glass dining table. Acha, kharid lo. Because 2 days back we both went to purchase a dining table. Okay. While that person bringing it, he brought it very properly and kept it there, and Monica said, my brother will come and put that glass on this, you please keep it like that and go. And because the place she has not decided where in that house she has to keep that good what? Glass dining table. Yes, brother Palwan आए, right? आके क्या करे, तुम उधर साइड पकड़ो, मैं इधर साइड पकड़ते, और दोनों क्या करे, पहले पकड़े, next they it slipped out of their hands and the glass got broken. Immediately this girl telephones to that person, says that glass got broken. What the shopkeeper is saying, what? हम क्या करें? We said we will properly put it, and you said your brother will come and put it. Okay, madam, we will bring a new glass, but you have to pay 3,600 rupees. तब उसको मालूम हुआ, why they said we will keep that glass, and तब उसको मालूम हुआ why Chakravarti told like this. But in any case, the moral of the story is what? Not to purchase the glass, what you call dining table is not the point. If you are purchasing like such assets, you should be more careful in using such kind of assets. So if some damages like that happens and you have to replace a part of that particular asset, it is to be treated as a revenue expenditure because it is not going to enhance the utility of that particular asset is a point. So it's a revenue expenditure. Question number 22. Assertion. Cost of pulling down an old building preparatory to the building of new one is a capital expenditure. क्या हुआ? ओल्ड बिल्डिंग को निकाल के नया बिल्डिंग को लगाए आप. This is to be treated as a capital expenditure. Reasoning given is the amount involved is quite heavy. No. The assertion is correct, reasoning is not correct. Removing the old building and putting in that place new building, that removal expenses are to be treated as a capital expenditure. They are not to be treated as a capital expenditure because the amount is heavy. Because of the fact that for bringing the new asset into existence, the old building is to be removed. So on that pretext, it became a, what is it? Capital expenditure. Any expenditure incidental to bring any asset into existence is to be treated as a capital expenditure. That had it been the reason also would be correct. So here what are the options which are given? Both the statements are correct and second is a correct explanation of the first. No, both the statements are not correct. Both the statements are correct, but the second is not a correct explanation for the first. This is a correct answer because once the amount is heavy, generally it is to be treated as a capital expenditure, but merely you cannot say that because the amount is heavy, all the amounts which are heavy are to be treated as a capital expenditure is not the way we look at it. One of the characteristic features for the capital expenditure is generally the amount will be heavy. So what we are saying is both the statements are correct, but that is not the way to say that since the amount is heavy we treat it as a capital expenditure. That is, since that expenditure is incurred to bring the new asset into existence, it is being treated as a capital expenditure is a point. First statement is correct but second is not. Statement wise both are correct, but the second one is not a correct explanation for the first assertion which you are making. First statement is not correct, but the second statement is correct. That is also not right option. B is the right option. That is both the statements are correct, but second is not a correct explanation for the correct reasoning for the first question assertion. Right. B is the right answer. Question number 23. Erection charges of 10,000 on erection of a new machine. Yes, they are to be capitalized and this is to be added to the asset value, and with that addition the asset will appear where? In the balance sheet it will appear. So where it will appear? It is not in the trading and profit and loss account or profit and loss appropriation account. It will appear in the balance sheet is a point. C is the right option. 24. Fire insurance premium. Fire insurance premium, if you are making the payment of fire insurance premium, the insurance risk coverage is only confined to 1 year. Once the benefit is confined to 1 year, it is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. Since it is a revenue expenditure, you are debiting the same to the trading and profit and loss account is a point. So A is a right answer. 25th, development expenditure of rupees 50,000 incurred by a tea garden. So there is a tea garden and you have to take away all the old bushes and keep the what you call place prepared for developing the tea garden. So all such expenditure which will enhance the utility of the asset are to be treated as a capital expenditure, and the capital expenditure once you incur it creates an asset, and that asset will appear where? In the balance sheet. So the right answer for question number 25 is C is the right answer. Then I move to the 26th question. Depreciation on building of rupees 5,000. Depreciation is a revenue expenditure, and that depreciation will be charged as a what? Trading and profit and loss account. It is a, what is depreciation? Reduction in the value of the assets. So reduction in the value of the asset, which we call it as a depreciation. Depreciation is going to reduce the value of the asset, and that is going to reduce your profit also. So you are going to debit the same to your profit and loss account, trading and profit and loss accounts. Then 27 question, friends. Legal charges of rupees 5,000 paid to defend a suit regarding the title of an asset. See, now Maunika gave 2 acres of her land to Chakravarti as a gift. I also felt very happy. Subsequently, after 15 years or 12 years, Maunika's daughter filed a suit against me, stating that Maunika don't have a right to gift that property to me. Her reason is, it is her grandfather's property. It is not an earned property, self-earned property of Maunika. If it happened to be my mother's self-earned property, जिसको चाहिए उसको गिफ्ट दे सकते, और ये हमारा ग्रैंड पापा का प्रॉपर्टी है, उन्हों कैसे गिफ्ट दे सकते? I also have got a right in that, and she is now filing a suit against us. Now we have to defend ourselves in a court of law, and that expenditure which we are incurring to defend a suit regarding the title of an asset, that and all is to be treated as what? Is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. And because this expenditure, why we are treating it as a revenue expenditure to be charged against that particular profit and loss account is, point here is, friends, if we are going to have, there is a certainty and it is going to say that what is going to get a clear title to us. For that, if you are incurring any legal expenses to clear the title to that particular property, have a clear title to the property, it is to be treated as a capital expenditure and should be shown in the balance sheet. Just to what you call any legal expenses, just like that one, while carrying on the business, what you incur the legal expenses, that is to be treated as a revenue expenditure. And in case if the legal expenses are incurred to clear or to bring a good title to the property, then such expenditure is to be treated as a capital expenditure. So friends, just make a small note on this, and it is not to be shown in the profit and loss account, it is to be shown in the balance sheet. In case if that legal expenses are incurred for improving your what you call or to give you a clear title to the asset. Legal expenses incurred for, write down, legal expenses incurred for getting a clear title is to be treated as a capital expenditure, and to be shown in the balance sheet. Normally, while doing the business, we sold goods to somebody and they filed a suit against us. All such legal expenses you are going to treat as a revenue expenditure, but somebody filed a suit against you and that suit is related to a property, and to win over that and to give a clear title to the property, if you are incurring the expenditure, is to be treated as a capital expenditure, should be shown in the balance sheet according to me. And then question number 28, interest received on the loans is a revenue income and a revenue receipt, and this is to be credited to the trading and profit and loss account as a point. Question number 29, charging of capital expenditure to the revenue results in, if a capital expenditure, you purchased a building and you debited that amount to the trading and profit and loss account, it is going to reduce your profits, or other way around, it creates a secret reserve. So what is secret reserve? It is not secretly created one, but by treating a capital expenditure into revenue expenditure, you are unnecessarily reducing the profit. Such kind of thing is going to create a secret profit. It is called as a secret reserve is a point.